what's up everybody, it's Amaya. So today's video is going to be the fourth video in my makeup collection and storage in-depth video. I'm going to be going over my second drawer today, and I'm going to be showing you guys all of my face palettes, concealers, cream contour, cream blush and highlighter, and eye primers. That's everything that's in this drawer. So it's a really exciting drawer. There's a lot of cool stuff in it, and I'm really excited to show you guys. So without further ado, I suppose that I'll just get on with it. If you haven't seen my last videos yet, I will link those down below, as well as my original makeup collection and storage videos, so you guys can kind of see an overview of what I'm doing, you know what you're expecting. And yeah, I'll see you at the end of the video. Mwah. Okie dokie guys, so we are finally at drawer number dos. This is where I keep my concealers, some of my cream contour products, my face palettes, my eye primers, and my cream blushes and highlights. So, as I said in my organization video, I got this little 3-pan organizer for Christmas from my grandma. It came with a little lip liner slash brush organizer as well. I'll show that in one of my other drawers. But it's just like a little clear 3-trade tray. And then I got this little thing just from probably Walmart or something. Like I said before, my mom has a lot of organizing products downstairs in our basement, so I just kind of grabbed some things from there, but it's just a standard clear little container, and then all of my face palettes are just stacked in the back right here. So I'm going to try to do all this in one video, but if it ends up being too long, I will split it up into separate videos. But I am going to try to get through it in one video. Let's start with eye primers because there's the least amount of those. I have 2 of the e.l.f. glitter primers, and this is just my all-time favorite glitter glue. Then again, I have not Okay. Well, the other one fell on the floor, but I've only tried one glitter glue, and this has been it. This is $3, but it just keeps glitter on so well. You can use it for pigments, eyeshadows, actual glitters, anything. It's just so good. It comes with this little tip like this, which is a little bit annoying. It's almost like a lip gloss tip. But I just kind of squeeze some out onto my hand and then pat it on my eyes, and it works so well. Don't even look at the expensive ones because this one's just that good. I have a deluxe sample size of the Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer. This stuff is pretty good. I don't think it's anything special. I know a lot of people rave about it. The one thing I don't like is the applicator right here. As you can see, it's just a circle, so it's hard to get a little amount. It creates a very smooth base on the lids. I think it works really well. But I have another primer which I think does the exact same thing that I'm going to show you in literally just a second. The one that I'm talking about is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Eyeshadow Primer. This stuff, first of all, I love the applicator because it's a little thin tip, so it's really easy to get stuff out. It's almost the exact same shade as the Smashbox one. It does literally the exact same thing. It primes your eyes really well. It doesn't really provide much coverage, but it does create a really nice smooth base. I always set all my primers with a powder, all my eye primers with a powder, but this one you probably could get away with. These two you could probably get away with not setting them because they do create a nice smooth base. Next I have a sample size of the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. This guy is very similar to the e.l.f. one in it that it has this little like slanted applicator. Again, it's okay. I don't feel like it does anything special. I don't think you need to go out and spend your money on this. I feel like you can get the Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer and it'll work just the same. My eyelids are pretty oily, so I have issues with eyeshadow staying on, and all of these primers do help really well. I don't really have a preference over one another. I just kind of look at the price and then that helps me decide. This is one of the e.l.f. mineral eyeshadow primers. I'm not even sure if they still sell this. They have brought it in and out so many times. It's just a like peachy sort of color, and it comes in a wand, which I really like. This also creates a very nice smooth base. It's a little tacky, but not too much. I really like this. This was my ride or die for a long time until I discovered the Wet n Wild one. Now this is my ride or die. But if you're able to find this and pick it up, it is so cheap, but it is really good. This is the e.l.f. eye primer and liner sealer. So on one side you have like a stick that kind of looks like a concealer stick. And I tried this out the other day, and it's okay. It doesn't have a ton of coverage. I didn't feel like it really did much. I don't know. I haven't tried it for a long period of time because I did just get it. The liner sealer on the other side, I haven't even opened this side yet. It looks like it's like a clear liquid, and I think you're supposed to put that over your eyeliner to help seal it. Who knows if it works? I haven't heard anybody talk about this, so I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. I guess we'll just have to find out. Next I have this e.l.f. Hydrating under eye primer. This is not really like an actual eyeshadow primer, but I keep it with it because it's an eye primer. It's supposed to go under your eyes. It comes out as like a pinkish, clearish sort of liquid like this, and you're supposed to put that underneath your eyes, and it's supposed to hydrate it, smooth it out. I've used it a few times, but I don't really feel like it does anything. It doesn't hurt my makeup, but it doesn't really help it either. So I keep it. Sometimes I pull it out just to try it again, but I don't really feel like it does much. And then lastly, we have this Elizabeth Mott Thank Me Later eyeshadow primer. This stuff is really cool because it comes out as like a whitish pink sort of shade, like that. It creates a very nice, smooth base. I don't know how much this is. This is like a little sample size, I believe. But again, I don't feel like it does anything special. I feel like you can get the exact same effect with the Wet n Wild one. The Wet n Wild one, I just love it so much. It's so cheap. I think if you're just looking for an eyeshadow primer, whether you're a beginner or a makeup artist, because it is like a squirty tube, you can use it on your clients, you can use it on yourself. It's just so good. I highly recommend it. Okay, now let's move on to this big guy right here. So the first concealer I have is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Light. I really like this concealer. I said that I kind of have put it in like a products I regret buying or regrets video, stuff like that, because I always got the shade Fair. And I realized that the shade Light is actually so much of a better fit for me. It's super hydrating. When I want like a lighter coverage or just something that's not too cakey, I always go for this because it looks good no matter what. Now I understand the hype. Now I understand. I have a lot of Maybelline concealers. I feel like they do the best at concealers at the drugstore, and since the majority of my makeup is drugstore makeup, I like to go for the best of the best, and I feel like Maybelline really does that. So this one is the Better Skin Concealer. This is also in the shade Light. As you can see, they're very similar. The Better Skin one is just the Better Skin one is just a little bit lighter. A lot of people were saying it was a really nice full coverage concealer. I do feel like it's pretty full coverage. It's not a dewy finish or not a matte finish necessarily either. I think it's good for natural makeup or full coverage makeup. I really do like this. I think it's good. I don't think it's the best concealer ever, but it is a pretty good concealer. So if you're looking for something, do pick this up, and it is pretty cheap and you do get a lot of product. Oh, the ever famous Maybelline Age Rewind. I have this in the shade Fair as well because when I bought it, I was still thinking I was fair and I was too afraid of my concealer being too dark. As you can see, that's a lot lighter than these two, and actually now as I'm starting to get more fair, I do use this more often. And I have to say, it's not a horrible concealer. I'm almost out because I have been trying to use it a lot. But again, I hear a lot of people rave and rave and rave and rave and rave about this. So I think it's one of those ones that I'm going to have to try in my shade to really figure out if I like it, because right now I don't see the hype, but I really like the sponge applicator. It's just so fun to like swipe on your hand and your face. I don't know, I really like it. But anyways, it's okay, but I just don't understand the hype quite yet. This is the NYX HD. This one is in the shade 02. I got this one light on purpose because I did want a nice, easy highlighting concealer, and especially one I could use maybe on clients or stuff like that. As you can see, it's a nice, like, sort of, I would say, like, peachy tone. I really like it. I like the NYX HD. I've had it before. I had it in the shade 01, I think. And I actually do really like it. I think it's a great concealer. It's pretty cheap from the drugstore, and they have so many different shades. They were just out of my, like, exact shade that day. So I bought the lighter shade, which I do end up using. As you can see, it's very bright, which I like. I use it for brightening under my eyes. I have two of the LA Girl Pro Conceals, one in the shade Natural right here, and then this one in the shade White. So the white one is exactly what it sounds. It's just a white shade. Let me put some on my hand right there. So it's just a white shade. I bought it for lightening things up, mostly using on my clients that are really fair, like my sister. She's super fair. And then the one in Natural I bought for my own shade. So as far as this one goes, it looks super orange, but when you blend it onto the face, it is not orange at all. It's the strangest thing. But yeah, I really, really like these concealers. They're so easy to apply. I know a lot of people hate the little squeezy tube, but I personally really like it. I think it gives you a lot of control. I think you're able to really place the product where you want it, as opposed to a doe foot where it can get kind of messy. I really like this. It's very mess-free in my opinion. I know sometimes it squirts out at people. They don't like that, but I've never really had that too much of an issue, you know. So I actually do like the tube. and I really like the formula. And they have so many shades, again. This is the Master Conceal from Maybelline in the shade Light. This one is a squeezy tube, so if you're just getting started in makeup and you're wanting to do like clients' makeup, you want to do other people's makeup, I highly recommend this concealer. It comes in a few different shades. I have mine in the shade Light, which is the most yellow toned of the bunch, I believe. I really like it because it's nice and brightening for like light to medium skin tones. I really like the formula. It's very full coverage, so I do recommend picking this one up. Like I said, if you are getting into makeup and you need a concealer that is, you know, not something that will actually go on your client's face, or you can use it on a bunch of different people, this is a really great one. This is the Come Correct Conceal from Wet n Wild. I have mine in the shade Medium Golden. There's a lot of different opinions about this concealer. Some people love it, some people hate it. It is so thick, but it's super creamy, especially when you blend it out. As you can see, it's pretty full coverage, but it is very shiny. I really like that. I think it's nice and hydrating. I don't find it drying at all. I personally really like it. I know a lot of people kind of hate on it or they don't like it, but I think that if you have dry skin, you should definitely try it out if you want a nice full coverage concealer. This is a Trestique mini concealer crayon in the shade Bisque. I personally don't love concealer crayons because I don't really tend to have a purpose for them. Sometimes I'll use them for priming my eyes, different things like that. This, as you can see, is very orange as well. It doesn't really go with my skin tone. It doesn't really work that well. It is creamy, I'll give it that, but I don't end up reaching for it really ever. And then last but not least is probably the thickest concealer on the entire planet. This is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. Let me do a little swatch right here. So literally I'm going to put out that much. And it is so full coverage. I only use this for priming my eyes because, as you can see, it's super duper fair compared to my other concealers. And it's so thick and cakey, and I really don't like it. I know a lot of people hype this up. I really do not understand what the hype is because, to me, it's so drying and crackly and nasty. I really don't like it. I've had this tube for, like, ever. It's a little travel size, like I said, and I will not go through it anytime soon. I also forgot to mention this one. This is the Porefection Concealer. This is a little sample size from Lorac. I'm not going to swatch it because it is a little bit messy, but I actually really like this concealer. It's kind of thick. It's a little bit like yellowy toned. This is in the shade Medium, but I actually really like it. It's pretty full coverage, but it doesn't get like cakey and gross on me, so I do like it. Okay, let's move on to cream contouring products. I only have 4, but the first one is the Clinique Chubby in the Nude Foundation Stick. This is in the shade Bountiful Beige. I'm almost out. Look at, that's all I have left. But I will swatch it for you guys. This is my favorite contouring product. I got it last spring. It's like a deluxe sample size, but it has lasted me for such a long time. It's such a beautiful shade, and I love the formula as well. The shade is not too orange. It's not too gray. It really is a great contour shade for me. I can use it when I'm tan. I can use it when I'm fair. It's really, really nice. I have the Ofra Skin Sculpting Wand. This is in the shade Sunset. This is much, much, much more cool tone, as you can see, so I really like it when I want a nice sharp contour. It's a very moussey formula, as you can see, like, I don't know if you can see when I pull it out. See how, like, moussey it is? I don't have the concealer shade in this, I just have the sculpting shade for light skin. It's a really great undertone, I will give it that. But I think you can just go to the drugstore and kind of grab like a dark concealer and I'll do the same thing. I don't think you necessarily have to spend the money on this Ofra one because the formula is okay. It's not something to write home about, if you know what I mean. This is the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and this is in the shade Medium Bisque. So this is the shade I use to contour with. Let me see if I can get some out. There we go. So, as you can see, it's kind of like a mix between the two. If anything, it's a little closer to Bountiful Beige. It's not as cool as the Ofra one is. But, again, I love the formula. I really love the brush tip for contouring because it just creates such a nice, precise line, especially for nose contouring. You're getting in, like, that little area, the little dip of your lip, your Cupid's bow. Works so well. Very creamy. I really like it. Then I have the NYX Wonder Stick. This is the highlight and contour in the shade Universal. This is very, very orange. I think I've mentioned this before. I think I put it in a products I regret buying. As you can see, out of all of them, it is the most orange. I do not think that is a universal shade at all. If you look very fair, you're going to be an Oompa Loompa. If you're very dark, it's not even going to show up on you. The highlighting shade is kind of chunky, it's shimmery, and I kind of wanted a matte highlight. You know, when you get a highlight and contour stick, you kind of want like a matte highlight for your concealer, and then the contour side. At least I do. But I was not impressed by it. I do not think it's very good. I would stay away. Okay, now we're going to move on to the cream highlights and blushes. The first one I have here is the Maybelline Master Glaze by Face Studio Blush Stick. This is in the shade Barely Pink. Do they even sell these anymore? I thought they were being discontinued. Maybe, maybe not. But it's just a gorgeous, sheer, shimmery, peachy, corally shade. I actually did not like this for a while because I didn't really have a purpose for it. I thought it was kind of icky, but now I love it, especially in the summertime or when I'm doing a natural makeup. It just looks so beautiful and natural on the face. I really do like it. This is the e.l.f. HD blush in the shade Diva. Okay, I hate these e.l.f. blushes. They're thick, they're crazy, just, I was going to say they're really creamy, but that would probably make it sound good, but for a cream blush, just look, that little dot, watch. Like, it's literally like a liquid lipstick. I used to have one of these in the shade, I think it was like Superstar or something like that, and I gave it away. I put it like a long time ago. As you can see, it's just way too pigmented to be a cream blush. I did try to use this the other day with a very light hand, and it was still hard to use. Even though I used the Beauty Blender to blend it out, and I used a very light hand, it was so hard to blend out, and you're wasting so much product because you have to use such a light hand. So I really do not like it, but I just got it, so I decided to keep it in here. This is the Trace Bora Bora Coral Stick Blush sort of thing. It's a really pretty shade, a nice bright corally shade. I actually used this at one point to color correct when I was still into that sort of thing. I know Nicole Concealio used like a cream blush to put under her eyes for a while, but I stopped doing that because I don't really need it. Again, it's a very pretty, creamy shade. It blends out really nice. So I don't hate it. I just don't end up reaching for cream blushes a lot because they're kind of a pain. But I do like when I do use them. When I do take the time to use them and I remember to use them, they are really great. These are the Sephora Luminizing Drops in the shade Morning Light. I love these little things. They come with a dropper. It actually dropped that time. Usually it does not. But it's just a gorgeous sort of yellowy champagne shade. I love this on the tops of the cheeks. As you can see with my finger, it kind of shears out to a more white gold sort of shade. These are so gorgeous on the tops of the cheeks, especially if you want that really dewy strobed look. I love these on no makeup days. I love these on heavy makeup days. They're just so great, and they're so affordable, and there's like two other different shades, a more bronzy one and a more pinky one. So there really is a shade for whatever undertone you like. This is a little travel size / sample size of the Benefit Watts Up. I love this highlight when you swatch it. Like, look how gorgeous that is. It's so pretty. But on the face, I just feel like it doesn't really show up that much. Once you blend it out, I feel like it gets a little sheer. Like, it's okay. Like, it's really pretty. I just feel like it's kind of a lot of work. And when you stripe it on your face, it kind of takes off your concealer or your foundation or whatever you have on. Or if you put it on your finger and you dab it on, I feel like you kind of get a little bit of an effect. Not really. I just feel like it swatches better than it actually works, but I don't hate it. This is the Milk Makeup Highlighter. I don't think it has a shade. I think it's just the Milk Makeup Highlighter. This, I do not like at all. I think it's trying to be the Benefit Watts Up, but like, it barely has any pigment. I know Milk Makeup is very like innovative and natural and really cool, but it's just so sheer. I have 3 of the e.l.f. Shimmering Facial Lips. 2 are the same. They're both in the shade Pink Lemonade, and then this one is in the shade In the Spotlight. These are really, really nice. I love taking In the Spotlight right here and mixing it in with my foundations. These ones become more like icy pink on the hand. Or on the face, I should say. Let me see. I'll just do a quick little swatch. I wasn't going to swatch them, but now I'm going to. So as you can see, it's really pretty, really pearly. The only thing is these do separate after like a year and a half. But like, look at how pretty and pink that is. It's a gorgeous shade. And when you blend it onto the face more and more, it starts to look more like a cool toned silvery highlight. And then in the spotlight is more of your typical just white highlight. Like I said, I like mixing this into my foundation because it doesn't really have a color. It just adds a nice little amount of sheen. It's right there. I think these are great, especially for the price. This is the Liquid Gossamer highlight from Jelly Pong Pong. This is really messy. Like, look at how messy that is. It's like super thin, but oh my god, gorgeous. Look at that. It's literally like the Cover FX custom cover drops, but Asian beauty. Like, look at my finger. Like, it's so pretty. I've tried mixing this in with my foundation, and I think it worked really well. I've tried it on the tops of the cheeks. It looks pretty. It's a very interesting sort of shade, but I just got this, so I have to experiment with it more, but it is really pretty. This is a Well People highlight in the shade Bio Brightener. Oh no, it's the Well People Bio Brightener Cream in the shade Universal Glow. This is an interesting product because when you swirl your finger in it and you swatch it, it's like literally nothing. But if you dig your finger in there and you build it up for a while, you get like this sort of glossy look. Kind of a glossy look. I don't think it's worth it personally. I've tried it and it did look okay, but I had to build up like literally 5 layers of it, and I don't think it was worth it. It was pretty though. This is the Trestique Mini Highlight Stick, and this is in the shade Maldives Luminescent. I got this in an Ipsy bag, and it's a very pretty highlight, as you can see right there. Very shiny, very shimmery. I just tend to reach for liquid highlighters more than creams because I feel like creams are kind of a pain. You either have to put them on your finger and then blend them out, or put them directly on your face, and sometimes it takes off your foundation. I just feel like the liquid ones are a lot better, but it is pretty. This is the little mini size of the Becca Moonstone Shimmering Skin Perfector, what is it called? Shimmering Skin Perfector Spotlight, like the liquid version. Let's swatch it down here. So I was really excited to get this because I've heard a lot of great things about the Shimmering Skin Perfectors in the liquids, but I was really kind of disappointed. Like, look at that. There's not really anything there. I don't know. I've tried using it on my face. I've mixed it in with my foundation. I don't really feel like it does a whole lot. Maybe it's because I'm a little too light for it and it kind of blends in with my skin. I just don't think it's really worth it. This is a Glamazon stick from the Beauty Crop. And I used this, I think, in a tutorial before. It's pretty, like you can see right there. It's kind of pretty. I never reach for it, though. Okay, so the last part are all of my face palettes. I decided to take that big tray out just so we could kind of get a better look at these guys. I have concealer palettes, contour palettes, highlighter palettes, all that sort of fun stuff. This is the Becca Blush with Light Blush Trio palette. It comes with Wisteria, Songbird, and Snapdragon blushes. I wanted this because of that packaging. Look at that packaging! Look at it! Inside, you get these blushes right here. Wisteria, Songbird, Snapdragon. Becca blushes are so gorgeous. Like, right there. They're so pretty. I mean, this one's like a shimmery peachy gold. This one's like a shimmery brownish peach, and this one's like a mauve tone. You do get 3 very different blushes in here, which I really do like. I think this is still available. I really like it, but the packaging was really what drew me to it, I'll be totally honest. This is the Carity Contour Kit. It looks just like the Anastasia one, only it's not. These little pans do pop out, I believe. Yes, they do. They pop out. Like this. You could put them in a Z palette if you want. I think the colors in here are very creamy, very pigmented. I really like them personally. You get 2 matte highlight shades up here, and then a shimmery shade, which is, it's alright shimmery. Then you get 3 bronzer / contouring shades. It's really cute. It's only like 20 something bucks, so I think it's worth it. The contour shades are a little tricky to blend. Just that much. So you do have to be a little careful with that, but once you can blend it out, they do look really gorgeous, and they're great undertones. I really do like it. If you're like my skin tone, maybe a little bit darker, maybe a little bit lighter, you could definitely use this. This is the ever famous Becca and Jaclyn Hill Champagne Glow palette. As you can see, mine is very dirty. I'm not going to swatch this because I have done it many a times, and I'm sure you've seen many swatches, but you get Rosé Spritz, Amaretto, and then, what is that one called? I always forget the name of that one. Pamplemousse, right there. Then you get Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop. I think this is a gorgeous palette. I loved it. A lot of people thought it was a ripoff. A lot of people did not like Jaclyn for this. I don't know. I really liked it. I thought it was a great deal. Like, you get 3 almost full-size blushes and then 2 almost full-size highlighters for $55. Like, I think that's a pretty good deal. I mean, normally shimmering skin perfectors are $38, and how often do you go through a shimmering skin perfector? Just saying. I think it's gorgeous. The packaging's gorgeous. It's more of a collector's item, you know, that sort of thing. And I love Jaclyn, so I wanted to support her, but I really do like it. This is my very beat up, very well loved e.l.f. Complete Coverage Concealer Palette. As you can see, little window broke off, and it's been used so much, but I use this every single day to carve out my brows. I don't like it for concealing, but for carving out your brows, it is a great product. You can still get this on elf.com, I believe. If you're looking for a concealer palette to carve out brows, maybe you're working with clients or stuff like that, I do recommend this one. They are a little creamy, maybe a tiny bit greasy, but for carving out the brows, you don't notice it at all. I really like it. It works really well for me. I think it's a great little concealer palette. This is a foundation and concealer 10-color palette from BH Cosmetics. This is in the shade Light. So this is what it looks like inside. You have all sorts of shades ranging from warm to cool to medium. I was really excited to try this out. However, the creams are a little stiff. I got this from my kit, but the creams just feel a little stiff. I gotta play around with it more. Maybe it's just like a top layer sort of thing, but I'm really hoping this works out because I did get it from my kit, and I really do need something like that. So maybe I just gotta play around with it a little bit more. This is the Bella Pierre Contour and Highlight Cream Palette. I think this is in the shade Light. I'm not quite sure if there's even a darker one. But you get 3 like highlighting shades and then 3 contouring shades, as you can see right here. These are very creamy. I tried to use them on the face one time, and I think I used too much of a heavy hand because they kind of turned out a little orangey looking. Oh, darn it. But all in all, I think I just have to play with it more, see how it kind of works. Maybe they're better as cream bronzers and not cream contours. I saw this at TJ Maxx, so I decided to pick it up. It was cheap. Thought I'd try it out. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not, but at least the highlight shades look nice. This is the e.l.f. bronzer palette in the shade, like, it's the light one. It's not called light, but it's in the lighter shade. These bronzers are absolutely, oh shoot, I swatched 2 in the same hand. Whoops. These bronzers are absolutely gorgeous. I am so dysfunctional. This is what they look like swatched. There you go. My hand's a little wet, so I apologize. That wasn't really a good swatch. But they're very creamy. I've used them on camera. I use them almost every day, and they're nice and cool. They're not too warm. This one's a little bit more red. This one's shimmery. This one's a little bit more medium, and this one's a little bit more light. So you do get a really great variety, even though at first glance they might all look kind of similar. If I kind of take it out, a little light right there, like in direct light, they kind of look similar, but if I do like this, you can kind of see the difference in them. I think they are really, really great. I love this palette. This is the City Color Correct and Perfect palette. I got this, again, from my kit as a little concealing palette. These shades are fairly creamy, I would say. They're fairly creamy, especially for a drugstore palette. When you have a color correcting palette, I feel like you don't want anything too heavy, too pigmented, so I feel like this is really nice. It does work really well. It doesn't break up on my face, so I really like it, and I'm excited to use it on clients. It was so cheap as well. This is the BH Studio Pro Ultimate Brow Palette. I have not even used this once because, again, this is something for my kit. Let me just swatch one of the brow powders. Yeah, it looks really nice. It comes with literally every shade you would need. People were saying it's a really good alternative to the Anastasia Beverly Hills one because that's very expensive. You get some cream shades. yeah, these are all creams down here, and then these are all powders. So I'm really excited. So that way I can have little brow palettes to travel with, so I can use it on people and make their brows fleek. This is the e.l.f. Illuminating Palette, and this I do not think is good as a highlighter. Like, I would not personally use these as a cheek highlighter. That's just preferably me. They're a little too sheer for me. As you guys know, for the longest time I was using this like taupe-ish shade as a setting powder, finishing powder sort of thing to kind of buff all my makeup in. It's an excellent palette for that. As far as actual illuminating goes, I wouldn't pick it up. This is the e.l.f. blush palette in the shade Light. As I said before, this is a dupe, I personally think, for the Becca and Champagne Glow palette. You get 4 different blush shades in here. They're all very pigmented, very pretty. I swatched them in the dupes video, so I'm not going to swatch them here. But they are very pigmented. They're a tiny bit hard to blend because they are so pigmented, but I think they are very pretty if you are, like I said, a traveling makeup artist and you're looking for something cheap but still that's really nice. I would definitely look into these. They have a darker one and a lighter one, and they're only 10 bucks a piece, so for 20 bucks you could get 8 blushes. I think that's a pretty good deal. They have nice pan size, and I believe you can pop them out, if I'm not mistaken. So this is the highlight and contour palette from NYX. This little shadow right here is an extra eyeshadow that I actually just had to throw in there real quick. But these are all of the shades. The one that I'm missing is the more like peachy highlight that I actually broke. These are not in the order that they came in, but as you can see, this banana shade is very well loved. It's absolutely gorgeous, so creamy. I really like this contour kit. I don't use it as often now because like I said, I don't really contour that much, you know? And when I do, I've been trying out the carroty one, but I need to pull this out more often because it is really nice. I think they blend really nice. These two powders are gorgeous for setting and brightening the under eyes. I think it's a great palette, and it's like 20-something bucks from NYX, 25 bucks, something like that, which you get 8 shades. So for 25 bucks, 8 shades is not bad. That's like 3 bucks a shade. And you can get refill palettes in all sorts of different colors for 5 bucks, which I think is a really great deal. And then last but not least is the Becca and Jaclyn Hill, what was this called? This was her first holiday palette. This is the Champagne Glow palette. Yep, I sense the theme of the names here. This has Pearl, which was originally limited edition, but now is not. This is Champagne Pop, and this is Blush Copper. Blush Copper. Oh my god, Blush Copper. So these I actually had to press back in because I broke them, all except for Pearl. But as you can see, they are really gorgeous. I use Blush Copper as a like bronzer or blush topper, Champagne Pop, and Pearl. They are really beautiful, very creamy. This was a great palette. This is not available anymore. It was Jaclyn's like first holiday palette, but I really like it. I think it's pretty, and I love the packaging. So that's it for this video, you guys. I hope you guys like it. Please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what drawer you're particularly excited to see. As for the time being, I am going in order, but like I say in the end of all these videos, if there's a certain drawer that you guys really want to see, I might consider skipping ahead. The next drawer I'm going to be doing is going to be my foundations, primers, and setting and priming sprays. So that's kind of an exciting drawer. I know a lot of people were wanting to see foundations, so the one after this will be that, so stay tuned. But other than that, let me know what you thought down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Amaya. So this video is going to be a monthly favorites. I have not done a monthly favorites in